Hi, this is Elitom El-Amin, and today I'm about to talk about the preparation for long distance walking. Now right now, I'm here in wonderful California, in the LA area, and I have a conference, a Breatharian conference that's going to be up north towards San Francisco, a little past San Francisco, and I decided in order to transit up there, I'm going to walk, because walking is something I love to do. First of all, I walk every day. And in my background, I do love doing long distance biking, where I actually did biking trips from state to state here in America, also overseas. I've done some biking in different places. And I also did a long distance walking trip and a bike ride a couple months ago. The bike ride was like 700 miles, and I decided to walk to a family get-together over 120 miles going through the state of Ohio. So I love walking. This is already in my background. Now, when you're walking like this, there is a preparation to get into long distance walking. This is more than just walking the track or walking around a block. First of all, you have to start walking. If there's any training, start walking. Start getting your body used to walking. Because one thing you want to avoid, you just don't want to jump into long distance walking just because it sounds like a good idea. You want to avoid, number one, blisters. Blisters can be avoided if you got the right shoes, the right preparation. That's why you at least want to start walking to get your feet toughened up. To going up and down on that type of time and duration, you're putting all that stress on the body. So your feet will get tougher the more you walk. And that will avoid blisters also, and well, to help. Also, keeping your feet dry and keeping your feet without all that friction, you know, and also getting good socks that help, and a good pair of walking shoes. But like I said, the first thing on preparation for long distance walking, first you have to start walking. I know a lot of people talk about going to the gym, doing this, doing that. The best method is to walk. We're creatures of habit, and your body will get used to this new cycle of walking. Next, you want to start putting a backpack on your back when you're walking. Because in long distance walking, okay, you got your day trips, but if you're planning on really going long distance, like this trip is going to take me at least a week. I'll be out there going from LA to San Francisco, 450 miles. Now, I'll be honest with you. I might not walk it all the way due to I got to be at the conference at a certain time period. So I will be having people intersect me as I'm doing my walk. There's nothing wrong with that, but I will at least do over 200 miles, give and take, as I'm doing this trip. So that's just the reality of have to be at my next destination point. But if you got the time on your hands, your body's in shape, you can walk just about anywhere on this planet. But this is a good journey to be into. Now I want to show you how to pack on a long distance walk if you're planning on being out there 1 or 2 days or beyond. Now, you're going to be walking this long distance, you got your body used to it, and you're going to have this backpack on your back. And I've done it with heavy backpacks before. I've done it, I pulled it off, but now I've got a lot wiser. Now this is a backpack right here. This is real lightweight, and I got it from this company called Ortlieb, and I'll have it in a, as you look this up, I'll have it in a description. Ortlieb is O-R-T-L-I-E-B, and there's many more companies, but I found this one to be real good. This is actually for bikers and long distance people because it's really lightweight, but it's also waterproof. So this is real good, a real good plus for when you're doing your long distance walking, because you never know if it might start raining to keep the condensation out, but you're going to be walking at long distance. You want something as light as possible to be on your back. Like I said, in the past I used the heavier backpacks, and this is like a dream come true just to make this type of investment, getting something real light and durable. Now keep in mind, the lighter you pack, the easier to walk. And like they say in the survivalist communities, the more knowledge you have, the less you need on your back. And like they say in the esoteric circles, the more knowledge you have, the less you need in life. That's why they use a term saying the ascended masters and ascended masters have little or no desires. because you get to travel through life a lot lighter. And this is what the Breatharian message is talking about. You're becoming more self-sustained and trusting on everything that's in yourself. Now that's number one. Now number two, look how I pack my clothes. I pack them in like you're putting a log together. I got them in rolls like this so it'd be easier to pack. And to show you what I mean is, here's a shirt I got. So I kind of put it like this here to fold it up. And I'll just simply roll it like this. And this will help you get more room into your backpack. So when I put them inside the backpack and put them at the bottom, it'll be rolled up like in stacks like logs. And I can put them on top of each other. So this is a good way to bring the clothes that you need. And here I got my little wardrobe, because people ask me sometimes, I live a nomadic life, and people see me with all these different garments on, and they'll say to me, you're supposed to be a nomad, how are you getting all these garments? Well, for number one, I know how to pack them. And for number two, when I go to different places, sometimes people will give me something new to wear, and I'll wear it, and I'll get the best use out of it. But this is why it's powerful to learn detachment. Even though I love the garment, I had a good time with it, I know when to lay things down and set them down. So it's sort of like, so that's what's so powerful too with the Breatharian message. You still can enjoy life and use things, but you don't need to hoard it and always take it with you. But you can see right here, I just put all these different garments in just by the way I rolled them up. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could put 9 different garments just by packing it this way inside of this bag. See, that's what it's all about. When you learn how to pack your stuff, you could go a lot more distance. Now I'm going to pack that, and also I'm going to bring 2 good pair of socks, because I'm also going to be camping. And right now here in California, it's like 60s and the 50s, 50, 60 degrees in the daytime, but it's in the 40s at night. And going up north, it might be a little colder. So bring you some comfortable socks as you're walking. And you don't want to overdo it. You want to dress in layers. So when you get too hot, you can take off layers also. So you want to keep that in mind. But at night, make sure your feet is really comfortable. Now there is another good investment I made in a pair of socks. And these socks are basically, these are called smart wool. These are wool socks. I got 2 pair of wool socks. Wool is real good for camping with. But this type of smart wool, you can look this up on the internet under smartwool.com socks. And this is good for drying itself out really quick. The technology is just great. We live in a great age where you can make some good investments in things that will really help you on these adventures. Now, last but not least, my gloves. Of course, it is cool out there, and at night it'll get cool, so I got the gloves. Now, you remember back in the day when you were a kid and your mother got tired of you having one glove because you'd have lost the other one? So when I was in Israel, I decided to tie them together like a little kid, so I'd be walking around. People laugh at me, but guess what? I still got both of my gloves. So, of course, I'll have my gloves around my neck for when I need them, because it's terrible when your feet or your hands get cold as you're out there traveling out there in the elements like that. And like I said, even though I'm going up to northern San Francisco, 2 cities past that to do different conferences working with people, of course I'm going to Mount Shasta. And Mount Shasta is snowing up there right now, so I will be heading up that way also, and that'll be a whole nother video. Now, as we get into this, my footwear. Now, I talked about blisters, and you need some good footwear. Now, I know some of you are holistic. You like walking barefooted or wearing your sandals to have your feet out. But if you're doing some long distance walking, that is not a good idea. Take advantage of the different technologies out there. Now, of course, I got the rubber shoes, and we know that rubber, it does work good for this concrete. You understand? Now, at night, I'll be taking these off so I could get the electromagnetism coming from the earth. But as you're doing this walk, I made that mistake when I did the Ohio walk. The first day I did do 40 miles, But what happened was I had blisters on both feet because I tried to wear these sandals. I just came from overseas and it wasn't a good idea at all. Now these are some sandals I got too, and these are called Earth Runners. You can look these up on the internet, called earthrunners.com, and you can walk a good distance of these, even though I'm not. I'm going to use my other shoes out of my wisdom. What make these shoes good, you can walk on them. They are durable, but they also have copper at the bottom of them, so you still could get the electromagnetism from the earth. So when I'm doing my conferences, I still could stay grounded. So these are under earthrunners.com. And even when I'm going on my trip, camping out and stuff, I'll be throwing these on, or I'll just be barefooted if the weather goes for it. You still could wear your socks with these. So these are really good shoes that you can get on your journey. And to pack these, it won't be hard. I can put them right here on the side of the pouch. They'll fit right on there on each side, and I got my other garments inside. So this is all good light packing. You want to go as light as possible. Now, I decided to bring a tent. If it was warmer, I wouldn't bring a tent, but like I said, it's going to be cooler up there, and I'm planning on going to Mount Shasta. Now, this is a one-man tent, and what makes this good, too, is when you got something more enclosed on you, your body heat will heat the tent up for you, so you also will be protected from the elements just in case the wind is blowing, and this is nice and lightweight. Now, the reason why I love this tent, it fits into my bag. So not only this is light, the tent is light. So it goes right into the bag. It'll fit right into the side. And then my clothes, my garments still could go inside because I got them packed right. Sort of like logs rolled up. So it fits with the tent inside the bag. So I go ahead and put my clothes in. I got the tent in the bag already. It's all about how you do things. And if I need to get rid of something, I can. You just have to do the eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, so I got that in there. So my tent is in there and also my garments. Boy, we almost done, ain't we? Now I got a real good feature. A sleeping bag. Of course, it's going to get colder at night. And that was a big decision for me. But I found something real good because we are in California. The 40s at night isn't that bad. That's actually good weather to sleep in. If it was colder, I'll think of other precautions. But right now, I got a camp wrap. If you ever heard of these, I'm not going to take a sleeping bag. I'm going to take this camp wrap. It's real nice and light, easy to travel with. And this is from reicoop.com. This is the company it's from. And what a camp wrap is, it's a wrap that you can use during campfires, and then you can sleep with it at night. Look at this. It got the hood to it. So you can wear it as a wrap at your campfires, or you can sleep with it. It's nice and lightweight, but it's also comfortable and warm. So I'll be in my sleeping bag, nice and closed, using my own body heat to keep it warm, and then I can use this wrap just to wrap up. And of course, I don't sleep much anyway, so this will really help out on the whole trip on who I am. So this is real good. And again, this wraps up real good. You can walk around with it on. It got the hood. It's an easy fold up. Oh, let me get it here. You can easily fold it to put it away. And the reason why I like the tent also is because what I look for in a tent is an easy breakdown. If you got a tent where it takes all day long just to put it up or break it down, it makes camping not to be that much fun as you're on your walking journey. So the tent I got, the sleeping bag I got here, now look how quick that was easy to fold up here as I go on my journey, on my long distance walk. And again, I got my sleeping bag in here, my clothes. Now this goes right into the bag, right at top. I got everything I need right into this bag. So as I go on my journey, long distance walking, this is nice and lightweight, and I could go ahead and do my mileage. 450 miles from Los Angeles to San Francisco. You can take your time. The more time you got on your hands, the better time you can have. You can take breaks whenever you need it, as long as you need it. Don't overdo it, but have fun along the way. On these type of journeys, I meet so many nice, wonderful people, see so many nice views you don't see when you're driving a car on the expressway. There's so much going on, that the average person actually miss that's going on in everyday life. So here's my bag. Like I said, I got my socks and stuff. Now, my little bag, this is where I carry all my personal belongings, like my wallet, you know, identification and stuff. This will be right in front of me. And I'll have stuff like your toiletries. I'll have a knife, you know, multiple knife that you can use for different things. You're out there on the grid. Your soap dish. My sage, just in case I got to smudge myself in different places. Now, I'm a breatharian, so I don't use toothpaste, but I do use essential oils. This is peppermint. You know, I don't need to do the traditional way to keep the breath a certain way. This is just me. There's many other things you can use. It's all up to people. I take a flashlight, use that at night. That'll be in my bag. All this fits in the bag. Lighter, just in case I do make a campfire. Depends where I'm located. Sometimes I might sleep in an urban city. But then again, when you're on this type of journey of eating very little or none at all, or even if you ain't planning on being a breatharian, the healthier you are, the less you need to sleep. So there's some cities I'll go to, I could go on a bench and just sit straight up, and I'm fully rested. And you're out there walking like that, getting all that air. Your body's going to transform day after day, getting stronger and stronger. I mean, you don't even need that much sleep. It's going to be like off to the races. And then I got some moisturizing oil, and all of this fits in the bag in front of me. So again, I got my full backpack. I'll be like this, tent, wrap to have on, you know, for my sleeping bag. I got everything I need right here, and this is basically almost it. Now, of course, I got my battery packs because we are in the age of the cell phone. So I've got like 4 different battery packs to take along the way. But another feature I got one battery pack that runs off of solar power. I just keep it out there under the sun and it will get charged up. The rest of them, they'll hold good charges, you know, for me on this trip. But this is a real good feature. Now this shows, again, breatharian knowledge. You got a battery pack that needs to be charged up with the electricity, and you got one that goes straight off of the sun. This is a person that needs to go off of fossil fuels, and this technology came about where it could get the electricity straight from the sun. You understand? This is all we're talking about. This is a bio machine. Everything we do is teaching about our potential. Always keep that in mind. Now, and another thing I want to bring up on your journey, I'm also going to put this bag inside of here to fit. You could get a plastic bag for things you don't want to get wet also, even though this is waterproof. Or if it's like, I got some white garments in here, I don't want to really get them dirty by, depending on what I'll get into, because I'll be taking stuff in and out of the bag. So I got it in his own little pouch also. And it will fit just nicely into my bag also. So that's the last of that right there. But another thing I want to bring up, when you're out here on the grid like this off the grain, you got your cell phone, we're in that edge, but the cell phone is still limited. One of the best technologies around, hands down, is a book. This is technology. You don't need to plug it up. You understand? You can drop it, it won't break. So take a good book to read on those times you're taking your break or whatever. Or I'm not taking a book to read, I'm into writing books. So this is a book I'm writing right now. So as I'm out there getting my thoughts together, what better time to really get all of that electromagnetic energy coming through? You're writing down your thoughts along the way. So take something to write with or take something to read, because those are one of the #1 technologies around that goes way beyond the other things to take that from you. So keep that in mind. So again, I think I got it all. And of course, I'm taking 2 cell phones. We in that age again. I'm going to video the trip all along the way, so you'll be waiting on that day 1, day 2, day 3. And also, we'll be doing a lot of good things here. Now, how do you dress? Now, you always got to be sensitive to how the weather is and how your body will start accumulating heat by using it. So you do want to dress in layers. So I got my favorite sweater here. Sweater slash, this is what I actually use. And it is long. So that's why I don't need to take a sleeping bag, because I'll be sleeping with this also. But I will also have this when I'm walking and stuff like this, and it's nice and warm and everything. But as I'm walking through, now it's good at night, I know this. And it got the hood to it also. To each his own or what you want to bring. But if I get too hot as I'm walking, which I know is going to happen, there's many different things I could use this. I could do this, like back in the day when we was in school, you used to put your things around your hip. Or I can easily, when I got my backpack, and I've done this many times, I can either just throw it right over the backpack, it don't bother me, or there's so many ways. Or I can fold this up, and this backpack, of course, got a place where you can actually store stuff with on the backpack. So I can wrap it up and store it right here on the back. It'll be out of my way. So again, you don't want to overheat yourself when you're walking. Dress in layers, always be comfortable, and you'd be surprised how far you can go when you're walking. And when you need to take a break, when you got time on your hands, there's times I'll take a break an hour, 2 hours, I'll take a nap, I'll just be up under a tree somewhere. I mean, it's so much fun when you're really out here on the grid walking these long distance trips. So I think I covered everything just about, and this is good. But again, I'll tell you about the companies dealing with the wrap that you put on with the hood, also the shoes that we're dealing with, the earth runners, and also the lightweight waterproof bags. Once you got all that in order, you're good to go. And again, if the weather was a little warmer, I wouldn't even need a sleeping bag. But I decided, not a sleeping bag, a tent. But I decided to take the tent this time around. That's just me. But when you're also a detached person, as you're traveling along, I might not want the tent no more. So I can always get rid of the tent. You understand? That's what's being detached all about. You don't need to keep a hold of it. Now I am going to Mount Shasta also, and snow is up there. So if I need a bigger sleeping bag or something else to be on as I go up the mountain, I'll manifest it when I get there. You don't need to travel with it. So don't always think you need to take things with you, everything at once. This will get your other powers going when you manifest it along the way. It's sort of like when I went on my long trip, I manifested a bike, and once the trip was over, I got rid of the bike. You understand? And then when I came out to California, guess what I did? I manifested a new bike. I was like, I feel like going on a bike trip, and somebody said, here. Boom. So get into your manifestation qualities and understand that this could be a lot of fun when you start going into your full potential, your God potential, or start using the magnetism that's in you, and this will bring it out. Now on this trip, of course, you got to be in some type of shape to really do long distance. So the first thing to do to get in preparation is to start walking every day. Right now I got some friends that are waiting on me, and we're about to go do a walk now in the neighborhood. I do this every day just to do it. Now I once had a friend that was a physical therapist. They said it's harder to walk than it is to run. Wow. We take it for granted, but walking on two legs is a great accomplishment. And when you're dealing with the breatharian knowledge, proper body structure and getting this energy moving is some of the prerequisites to be on this journey. I know we got this in our mind, you're just going to be meditating in one place all the time, but there's a thing called the guru belly. That's a person that got these skinny arms, skinny legs, but they got this belly because they sat in one place too long. We are creatures that are designed to move. So we are changing the face of a lot of old concepts, a lot of new ways with this knowledge. But again, during this long distance trip, you don't have to be breatharian to do it. However, guess what? I don't have to take food along with me. I see so many people as I'm out there traveling, they got more food that they're bringing with them, did the stuff I just showed you. I just got the one backpack on and I'm good. When I went to the Himalayas, well, not the Himalayas, Morocco, I was going up the mountain with my backpack on, and people had their backpack, but they also had other, like 2 or 3 other pouches just for food and water. So this makes you a whole lot more self-sufficient. You ain't even got to think about bringing those things. Now I'm going to give you a cheater or a hacker. We live in a good age, so you don't have to worry about taking a lot of stuff with you, because you can buy it along the way if you got the finances. You understand? This is a whole nother age we're in. And we are in an age too, like when you look up Google Maps, to see the best driving direction. They also got the best direction to take for transportation, and they also got the best walking direction. I'm actually using Google Maps to show me the best way to walk. This is awesome. Also, we live in an age, especially here in America and around the world, is building up, that the trails are a whole lot better than when they used to be. This is a great time to take advantage of this opportunity to really use your full potential. Trails are looking so much beautiful. Now, I do have a trip planned for March of 2020 during the Appalachian Mountains. Now, that trip to go from Maine all the way, I believe, down to Tennessee, I believe, that's like a 3-month trail. It's going to take 3 months. So we are planning that. Due to my schedule, I might be able to just do a month, but that's okay. I do want to jump in there and do that. That is a great life experience. And if you'd like to join me with that trip, just let me know. We'll do it. I'm going with a friend, too, who's good at camera work. He's a professional, so he's actually going to do a documentary of us doing the trail. So if you want to be part of this, just let me know. Get your backpack ready. Start training yourself. And you can get on and off anytime you want to if you want to plan this trip. So those are some good things we got coming up, dealing with some of these adventures here in America and around the world. So again, like I said, being on the breatharian journey especially, you'll start challenging your body because you'll get this new influx of energy. And I said by one thing, if you're a boring person, you're going to go back to eating. Get your body out there to see what it can do. Test it. You understand? Now I'm going to show you another cheater. The reason why you get thirsty is because of the mucus in you. The more you eat, the thirstier you will be. The less food you start having, they do got things called the mucus-free diet and stuff like that. Well, it's not really mucus-free, but it's less on how it operates. But there is cheaters you can use. Just say if you was to get, instead of a water bottle that a person would use who still need to drink, there's bottles out there too that just spray. You understand? You spray the water on your gums. You understand? Now, the thing about this, you'll find out, especially being on the breatharian levels, as soon as you activate this, you're going to want more and more, just like anything else. When you don't do it, you won't even feel it. But for those who need that still for their emotional body, you could actually take a bottle to give you the spray on your gums. And if you still need the flavor, like some type of lemon, some type of peppermint, or you can put tea in this with no sugar, or whatever you want to do. You can also use this just to spray on your gums, and it will work wonders on your filling state as you continue. But these are different hacker methods if you need to do that. But again, if you are going on this journey, make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you take the water bottle with you that's good, at least. Because like I said, if you do need to eat, we live in an age where there's food along the way, or take snacks that's light, that will pass right through you. You will still get the great benefits out of these great journeys and these adventures. And the thing about it, you can put it with your memoirs and say, man, I just did that. Because there's sometimes I'll be going along a place, like while I was in Ohio, me and a friend was driving, and I started to have flashbacks that I actually biked that distance before. It seemed so long when we was in the car, but my body did that. So again, take your body to its full potential, stay on the path, and have a good journey. I love you once again. I hope you got a lot out of this on preparing for a bike trip. I mean, not a bike trip, a long distance walking trip. So again, I'll be leaving out 2 days from now. So today I'll be doing a lot of walking and playing around, and tomorrow I'll be doing a lot of walking. But 2 days from now is the big day. I'll be leaving on the 30th, 2019. So I'll be walking through the New Year's. Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and wish you the best. We're going into 2020. And last but not least, oh man, I got a mouthful, don't I? For 2020, make this your year that you will go health-wise, mentally-wise, which is all health, to your best and highest potential ever. Now, we do got a retreat that's coming up January 18th to the 26th here in Los Angeles. We got a great headquarters here. We got the pool, we got the jacuzzis, we got the knowledge, we got the meditations, we got oh man, we got so much. We're going to be doing it. So again, make an investment within yourself. Let me know, and you can contact Athena Starseed. You know, those who have been following me, how to contact her, her number, and all of that. Me, I'm gonna be walking. You know, you gotta go talk to her. But anyway, anyway, let's do it. And let's go higher and higher. And don't worry, we're building the first Breatharian ashram here in LA. But I'm still breaking out now. I'll still be traveling to these other places. India's calling me, Israel's calling me, Egypt's calling me, and all these other places. I'm going to be running hard still, but I'll be coming back to LA time and time again now. Because America, I think, just got opened up since I came here. I left the planet, I left a couple years ago with the other places of the world. When I came back, America had a great hunger for this knowledge. I'm being called all over the place. So now that's why I'm walking up north now. I've been called. So right now we're about to go do some things. People are getting this knowledge and making these changes all over the planet, and this is a great time we're in of knowledge, growth like never before. So keep up the good work. I love you, and have a nice day. Blessings.